rejected the outcome of the just concluded governorship election in the state. Moses Jolayemi, who is a media aide to the former governor, gave the indication during an interview with newsmen now Dekiti. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC had declared the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Biodun Oyebanji, as the winner of the keenly contested election. However, Oni, who was governor between 2007 and 2010, rejected the outcome of the election, citing electoral malpractices allegedly by the ruling party. The two factions of the All Progressives Congress APC in Abia State have collapsed into one body ahead of the 2023 general election. The factions came together during a reconciliation meeting held in Ikwana over the weekend with many stakeholders of the party in attendance. The resolutions were read by a former speaker of the Abia State House of Assembly, Martins Azubike.
The Abia State APC is one united party under the chairmanship of Dr. PC and the leadership of High Chief Apc that the leaders from all sides of the party, together with all the members they represent, agree to remain members of one united Abia APC. High Chief Apc is the one and only governorship candidate of Abia State APC.
Lending his voice, the governorship candidate of the party, Apc Unification, said that he would rescue Abia State from bad governance if elected the next governor, and urged all aggrieved members of the party to shun their differences and work hard for the party to win the election. The member representing Arochukwu-Ohafia Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Ukonkole, says the People's Democratic Party has no valid senatorial candidate in Abia North. Speaking on the heels of the controversy surrounding Abia North Senatorial Zone primary election, the federal lawmaker alleged that the exercise was a charade, stressing that the people of the area deserved better given their contribution as PDP stronghold in the area. He made his known on Flow FM's political program, The Midas Touch.
All these political parties are not right placed. They still believe that People's Democratic Party is the party to beat anytime, any day. It's actually done very well, and that sort kind of treatment shouldn't be made out to somebody of my status. I can never be stampeded out of People's Democratic Party. I'm one of the most vocal defenders of PDP in Abia North. I will not say that injustice that is being meted out shouldn't be addressed. I'll still call on the party, especially the leader of the party.
That was Political Update. I am Wisdom Thomas.
Okay, thank you so much, Wisdom Thomas, for that update. Now, like I told you before we went on that break, we will be talking about the crisis in APC, which appeared to have taken a new dimension. Most of the faction, or rather, they used to have two factions here in Abia State, but it appears that they have agreed to work together ahead of 2023 election here in Abia State. A meeting was held in Ikwana where most notable APC stakeholders actually came to say, okay, we are now joining forces with Apc led APC in Abia State to forge a common front. Now I have joining me over the phone the publicity secretary of APC in Abia State, Oke Ezala. Thank you so much, Comrade Oke Ezala, for joining us on the program this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Flow FM Radio, and thank you, Ndi Abia.
Okay.
For joining this morning. There we go.
All right. Now, you were at that meeting on Saturday in Ikwana. Kindly tell us, reiterate for us what actually transpired in that meeting, which actually produced a communique.
Well, that meeting was, or rather is, a child of necessity. Because we as a party cannot be going into an election with a divided house. So, and good thing, all strata of leadership, factions, political tendencies within APC in the past, having agreed and went as a family to during the governorship primaries, and High Chief Chairman emerged the winner. So we all thought that as a party we need to come together also to tell Abians that we are united, not just one person speaking. So that is exactly what you saw that happened in Ikwana, where all the leaders of the party gathered, except for just one or two persons who later joined us because, of course, they delayed their flights were delayed. So they later joined. But at the end of the day, there was a communique read by none other person than the former Speaker of Abia State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Martin Sazubike. And then we all unanimously agreed to work together for a better Abia as a family of political organization come 2023.
Okay, now.
So it's a good omen. Thank you.
All right, now, when you said some people later joined you, could it be that Senator Jus Okalo, Uchoga, and Sam Onibo, did they actually join you, or were they not invited to that particular meeting?
No, they were all aware of the meeting, and they all joined, though later. Of course, you know how the aviation industry works. So some of them, their flights were delayed. But of course, you saw that we had about 95% of all the leaders there. So later, the remaining 5% joined us towards the end of the show. So if you watch the picture, there's a pictorial evidence showing that everybody, of course, is a part of what happened. Okay, so the people you mentioned joined us later. Those there are about 2 persons who couldn't make it. Because their flights were delayed, they sent their representatives, their chief of staffs, their PAs, everybody was there. I can tell you that there is no power broker within the ranks of APC in Abia State that was not in that meeting. And the communique was well reached.
Okay, because so many people want to know specifically if, before now you used to have 2 factions in Abia State. One produced Ikechi Emenike as the APC governorship candidate. The other produced Uchoga as the governorship candidate. Was Uchoga there specifically? Was he among those that actually joined later?
No, point of correction. There was no faction that produced Uchoga. Neither was there a faction that produced Emenike. The entire APC family met together at the agreed venues, and the committee sent from Abuja, the primaries committee from Abuja, came to Abia State, where all of us, including the 2 dramatic personnel you mentioned, Chief Emenike, Dr. Uchoga, everybody gathered. It was a summary attendance at the park where we had our primary, and then Chief Emenike emerged. So it is wrong for you to use the word faction elected. Now let me also put it on record here that apart from that wholesome primary election that held and produced Chief Emenike, now hear this, there was no other parallel primary election in Abia. I challenge anybody to tell me the time, the venue, and those who conducted the so-called the purported primary. There is no. I think that the factional primary election must just be a figment of the peddler's imagination. Okay, because it never happened. And as we speak now, there is nobody in Abia. There is nobody within the ranks of APC still laying claim to a primary governorship election. There is no one person. If there is, let the person call into this program now. Okay, I think it's high time we begin to tell people what is really happening, so that we don't get the public confused or misled.
That's why we are engaging you, so that you tell us the true situation.
Exactly. Now, why I corrected the impression. Sorry, there was no other primary apart from the only one. The entire APC executives, the entire APC stalwarts and chieftains, the delegates came and monitored, and that primary produced His Excellency Chief Ikechi Emenike being the governorship flag bearer of the party. Now, besides that, it is worthy of note that the committee for the primaries in Abia came without any directive from Abuja to conduct a direct primary. No. If there is anything called direct primary or any other mode of primary to be conducted in Abia, you and I know that the NWC would have just given that instruction to the committee they are sending to Abuja. But the committee never came with any instruction. Neither did any letter come in directing otherwise. So you can see, but this is politics. People are bound to make trouble. Those who are paid to destabilize the system will surely do 1 or 2 things in order to justify their payment from their paymasters. So it's normal. But the APC, the Ntalaku Accord, the Ntalaku Accord of 2 days ago has just said it all. The party is united. We have all gone home to work. As I speak to you, I'm in my village now canvassing for votes. Okay, so that we have all gone back to the roots, our roots, making sure that we mobilize support for the party come 2022.
Now, the issue is this: can you confirm to us the feeling of High Chief Apc Unification, the governorship candidate of the APC, right now, immediately after that meeting, considering that these same people were not with him? Now they have decided to say, okay, we are joining you. Would you think, because so many people might be thinking that this might actually be a cosmetic move, that they may not give Apc Unification the total support he actually requires to win this election, going by the fact that he has never supported them, he has never allowed them into the party initially. He was running a kind of one-man show.
No. It's not true that Chief Apc Unification has been running a one-man show. No. What happened, you see, is normal in every political setting. Okay? There are people who believe, they should have the head, while some people who believe they should have the tail. But the most important thing, the bottom line, is that at the end of the day, is the party able to come together as one for this common challenge? The answer is yes. And that is what you see happen. That is the very product of the Ntalaku declaration a few days ago. The party has said, no, we are not ready to be running head-and-skirt again. We are not ready to be the era of faction led by Wampa, faction led by Ononobu. That era is gone. That is the bold statement the party made. Now, going to your question, how the feeling of Chief Emenike, of course, that is a sense of fulfilling. It was a fulfilling moment for him. It was because this is a man who has always wanted the party united. He has done, do you know how much sacrifice Chief Emenike paid? Okay? What he had to forgo to make sure that this unity happened at Ntalaku. Do you know a lot of people had to step down their ambitions. A lot of people had to forgo their intention. Okay, their political aspiration to ensure that Ntalaku declaration is a reality. And it has happened. So if you ask me, the greatest beneficiary of Ntalaku declaration is the common man in Abia. Are those pensioners who have not been paid over time? Are those teachers whose salaries are owed? Are those people in the entire Abia state there is no pipe-borne water? So the masses are the greatest beneficiaries of the Ntalaku declaration. And I tell you, we are in for something good. We are in for something better in the Abia political system. And Chief Emenike is happy with it. That has been his dream.
So he actually trusts the support of these men that are with him right now.
Oh yes, of course he trusts them. You can see the massive joy. You can see for somebody not less a person that is Chief Emeka Atuma, a former member of the House of Representatives, a foremost senatorial aspirant, and as a matter of fact, a candidate of the party for Abia Central Senatorial election. Okay, to host that meeting. And now it is significant. The Ntalaku declaration is significant in that it was in that same compound that the Hitoto Warren parties met and announced the purported suspension, which of course never held water, because the court said you cannot suspend someone who is not from your ward. You get it? So for us to go back to that same place, that is very remarkable. It is very instructive.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you why the choice of Emeka Atuma's residence instead of a party secretariat, because if you're saying you want to unite everybody in the party and make them to become one and support a particular candidate of the party, why take it to the resident of Emeka Atuma, who appears to also be agreed at some point?
No. You see, it is the location is very strategic, because if you have, of course, you have been following events in the past 1 or 2 years, you will notice that Emeka Atuma's residence was the first and only place where the factionalization began in earnest. It was the place where the whole disarray of the political system within the ranks of APC started. So if we are going to show Abians that we are serious, if we are going to show Abians that truly those people who made and announced suspension of one of our leaders in the past made a mistake and they have corrected their mistake, it is only logical and it is only better and it's only effective that we'll go back to that same Emeka Atuma's house where they met initially and brought the party in tatters. We'll go there now that we are united. We went back to that same compound, sat on the same seat to say, no, we are united. Because, you know, the larger the merrier. And then there is a song that said, the more we are together, the happier we shall be.
So going forward, what's the way forward for your party?
The way forward for the party is, you see, the bad governance in Abia has already done over 80% of the campaign for the party. It is this unity of the party that is most needed for the party to take over the reins of governance in Abia. And that is why we focus on being united first. You will agree with me that but for the disunity in all the opposition parties, PDP wouldn't have been in power by now. You will agree with me that but for the disunity in the opposition parties, Abia State would have developed farther than it is now. So that is why unity is very, very important. But thank God, we have so united now that people are even donating their houses, their resources, their vehicles, everything within their means to ensure that APC wins Abia State. Because all the good men you have in Abia political system today, you can only find them in APC. And Right Ifemenike is the leader of them all. Comrade
Ezala, the State Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress here in Abia State. Thank you so much for speaking with us on the platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much from my farm in the village. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
Farm well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the Publicity Secretary of the APC here in Abia State, Comrade Ezala. He has given us an insight as regards to what actually transpired in that meeting held on Saturday at Ntalaku Borough, where a communique was actually issued. So we'll try to get other people who may have one or two things to say as regards to that particular meeting that held in Ikuano, the resident of Emekatuma, who actually is the senatorial candidate of APC for Abia Central in Abia State. So we are trying to get across to some other person and probably get their own input as regards to this topic. It's a controversial issue, I must tell you. Don't forget that before now, two factions. One said, no, we are not going to collapse our structure into that of Apc Unification. Some said, no, we are standing with Uche Oga. Now they have two governorship candidates in Abia State, and a whole lot is just happening. This is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion, and we're talking about the controversy in Abia APC. Okay, now joining us is the member representing Ikuano Umuahia Federal Constituency, Honorable Sam Onubu. Thank you, Honorable, for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, now were you aware of that particular meeting that held in Ikuano, very close to your hometown in Ikuano, where some critical issues regarding your party were reached? Were you aware of that? Were you in that particular meeting as well?
No, I was not.
Okay, why?
I was not in the meeting and I was not invited.
Okay, that was why you stayed away.
If you didn't have asked the meeting, why would you want to, jump in?
Now, I understand that critical issues were taken in that particular meeting. That one, Apc Unification has been declared the authentic governorship candidate for Abia APC, and he is also the leader of the party in your state. What's your reaction to that?
Oh, it's not a question of reaction. It's a question of, before now, if you ask the members of the party, they will tell you that I have been preaching coming together at different fora. I've told them I have been involved in politics, not for so long, but I've been involved in critical elections. And I understand that you have to pull together and work as one to go and win. I even went as far as telling people, using the word that I would not like to see a situation where we have small generals. For instance, we are supposed to win a war at the government house somewhere. But you have a general, somewhere to Bonipa, very close to Akwa Ibom. And maybe another general at Onhasha. another one at Okwa. And they are not working together as a team. And if there's any problem, one general runs to Akwa Ibom, the other one runs to Ebonyi. But they'll still be making noise, claiming to be generals in their area. I now advise that people should reduce their ranks and pull together to work as one. I said that at different fora, at Barcelona Hotel, at Top Rank, and even in Iguano, when I spoke. So I'm not against a meeting of people coming together to take a position that look, we have to work together. That cannot be seen as a crime or a wrong decision. However, it is your pronouncements or the actions or the things you say, whether they are predicated, on something that is true, achievable. Those are the things that perhaps we're talking about. Coming together for a meeting to move party in a particular direction cannot be seen to be a crime.
Okay, I understand that you were actually given a return ticket to House of Reps as against the senatorial position you wanted. Was it, did you accept that?
That is not true. That's a bold lie. You know why?
Okay.
Why it's a bold lie is that I bought form. In fact, let me tell you, let me put it in proper perspective.
Okay.
When we had a meeting, myself and Kiruka and High Chief Ike in his house in Abuja in March, as discussions proceeded or progressed, he asked me what I wanted. I told him that I would like to return to the House of Representatives,
okay,
to see if I could get a leadership position. That was on the 13th of March, 2022. And he said promptly, no, that I will not go back to the reps. That other clans are also interested in going to reps. That, in fact, his own clan was also interested in going to reps. That, in his opinion, that he would advise me to run for Senate.
Okay.
And because I didn't want to give the appearance that, we are desperate or you are too rugged about a position or you are rigid, right there before Nkiru, I said, well, I'm not holding tenaciously to anything. And therefore, if you say I should go and run for Senate, fine. I don't want to give the impression that it's a do or die position for me to return to the House. I said on the 13th of March, 2022, it was on a Sunday. And we agreed there. And he said, oh, you can go do this, we will help you so that you don't even have to spend so much money running for primary election, so that when it gets to general election, you don't have resources to prosecute it.
Okay.
We'll help you. It's going to be stress, it's not going to be stressful. And he advised me to move immediately and begin to hold meetings and call people and to proceed. And I traveled after receiving an award on climate change from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. On the 16th, I traveled to Abia. On the 17th, we had a meeting. And the chairman and secretaries from all the local government, the organizing secretary, Obinat Wong, each year, we call him Adendru. We call him, it's his popular name. And who again? And the zonal chairman, Okata, they were all there. And they said they were instructed by High Chief to come to me for this purpose. And I declared my intention. So I proceeded now to run for the Senate. And that form went through the processes, went through clearance. After screening, you get clearance. I was cleared. And I continued to consult, visiting the 6 local governments, engaging the party members, discussing with them. So I'm trying to extract commitments from you, which is normal in politics. And then we ran for the election. There were supposed to be 4 of us. Senator Nkechi Nwoko, Chief Enrico, my humble self, and Chief Kevin Obaj. 4 of us were the ones cleared to run for Abia Central
Okay.
With a few days to the election, Senator Nkechi withdrew and wrote a letter and said she was no longer going to participate. Chief Kevin Obaja could not make it to the election. Olanti was indisposed. And it was just myself and Chief Henrico. There was no other person. We contested the election, I won. And the matter, everything went to the headquarters. And they gave me all the relevant forms to fill.
That was after the primaries?
After the primary. They gave me the relevant. I was confirmed. In fact, they returned me. And the panel that came to Abia to conduct senatorial election submitted their report on the 6th. And it was accepted by the office of the organizing secretary, signed by Sabiu Bello. And the 3 names on that list of those returned are Chief Sam Onibu, Senator Chief Sam Onibu for Abia Central, Senator Dr. Joseph Okalo for Abia North, and Blessing Wawa for Abia South.
So, Honorable, right now, with this situation you've established, what's the next line of action for you? Are you accepting it?
I'm trying to tell you that this is how it has happened. I won the election. It was returned. All the documents given, and I was given a form, either from EC9 to fill. And I filled that form as a successful candidate. And it was acknowledged by Office of the Organizing Secretary on the 14th of June. And then they also gave me a copy that shows that it's only myself, Chief Samuel Ibu for Abia Central, and Senator Joseph Okalo for Abia. Because once you submit this form back, you sign, you are calling. Okay. So we did all this. And I tried my own on the 14th. So what I'm telling you is that nobody can give you something you did not buy from and participate for. Because let me tell you also, I participated in authoring this current electoral act. And in section 84, subsection 1, it says clearly, a political party seeking to nominate candidates for elections under this act shall hold primaries for aspirants to all elected positions, which shall be monitored by the commission, which is INEC. So we have done that. It was monitored by INEC. INEC has submitted its report. INEC has my name as man who won the election.
So you are going ahead with this particular senatorial election?
It's my senatorial election. How can I? Listen, did you hear what I read?
Yes, I did.
You must participate in a particular primary election. To be a candidate. You cannot walk back and say, give me a governorship or give me House of Reps, and then they hand it over to you like candy or like Tom. No. This law has taken care of that.
All right. Let me sincerely thank you, Honorable Sam Onibu, the member representing Ikwan-Omuahia Federal Constituency, for speaking with us on the platform this morning.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right. Thank you. Okay, there you have him. That's the member representing Umuahia, Ikwan Federal Constituency, Sam Onibu, bearing his mind there on the situation of things, especially where it affects his party, the All Progressives Congress here in Abia State. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll try and see if we can get the DG Uchoga Campaign Organization, Uzo Ebo, who will also give us his own side of the story as regards to what is happening in Abia APC. Stay with us. All right, welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion, and we are looking at the controversies that actually trailing that particular meeting held in Ikwan, where notable Abia APC members actually assembled and said, okay, we are giving Ikechi Emenike all the support he needs to become the governor of Abia State under the platform of the All Progressives Congress. Okay, now I have joining me Mr. Uzo Ebo. He is the Director General.
Uzo Ebo.
Okay, Chief Uzo Ebo. He is the Director.
I'm chairman of Council of Campaign Council of Uche Oga
Campaign Organization. Okay, thank you so much, Chief Ebo, for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
Now, I want to know, were you aware of that particular meeting and its outcome that actually declared support for Ikechi Emenike by all the stalwarts of APC in Abia State as the governorship candidate of the APC?
I want to take exception to one word you have used, all. You can't have an all in APC in Abia State and Uchoga is not there and Ojozo is not there. It cannot be all. It's the same teaching people, teaching cabinet of Ikechi Emenike who are having meetings. They are free to have their meetings, but it's wrong to say it's all APC stalwarts. So it's not true.
Okay, so he was not actually in that particular meeting.
Yes, I couldn't have been. Oji was not there. Dr. Oga was not there.
So why were you not there? Because issues affecting your party were actually discussed in that meeting.
And now we are partitioned into two. We have not been having meetings together. So it cannot be called our parties. They are part of our party. They are a faction of our party. And you can call them people the indirect APC. That's what they have become. Because the party gave instructions on how to do the primaries. They say do direct primaries, democratic primaries, where everybody will test their popularity with the party membership. And they chose to have a kangaroo meeting at Chidebere Motor Park and then declare somebody the candidate. And now they're looking for grabbing whatever they can get. They're drowning people. They're looking for whatever they can grab to legitimize an illegality. It's not possible. That's not how politics is done. That is diminishing our democracy. The party gave clear instructions. Go and hold direct primaries. So those who believe in the party at the national went ahead and did direct primaries. That's where I belong. That's where Dr. Uchoga belongs. That's where Dr. Ojuzo belongs.
Okay, so
the ones who didn't believe in it went and did their indirect primaries, whatever results are. I don't know who they brought out, but somebody says is Ikechi Emenike. Fine. No problem with them. Let's go ahead.
Now, so as it stands now, who is the authentic governorship candidate of the APC in Abia State?
It's the party that will now decide who the authentic party is, because they should take the man who has obeyed their instruction on direct primaries, and that is Dr. Uche Oga. But whatever they want to do at the national, they are free to do it. But let me tell you that we have the INEC that attended the direct primaries, and they have their records. And if you want to deny Uche Oga that ticket, INEC will refuse. And if INEC refuses, that means somebody is out to make sure APC doesn't contest in Abia. And that would be most unfortunate. And let me also tell you, this is the stock in trade of Mr. Emenike. You know, in every party he's gone to, I have been in politics long enough before him. And I know that he has these antecedents. But it's most unfortunate that Ikechi, who has benefited so much from the APC, will be the one championing the destruction of APC in Abia.
Okay.
You understand?
Now, there's a letter before me here. I don't know if you've seen it. It was signed by the national chairman of your party, His Excellency Senator Abdullahi Adamu, and the national secretary of your party, Senator Iyola Omishore. The head of this particular letter said re-adoption of direct mode of primary election for Abia State. Let me just read a part of it. As a follow-up to our letter reference number APC NHDQ INEC /19/2022-61. He said, we write to notify the Commission that Abia State was inadvertently included among states for direct primaries. Please take note.
Very good, my brother. Don't bother yourself reading the rest.
Okay.
They were inadvertently. This is an afterthought. The letter you have must show that this party communicated their decision about primaries on the 26th of May, and now you look at that letter you have. There is a stamp on it that says that INEC received this afterthought on the 16th. Am I right?
Yeah.
If I'm right, then you see this desperation. Our friend is desperate to become governor. That's not the way to become governor. We are APC. We are fighting a sitting PDP government, and we can't fight it if we are fractionalized. If somebody is out there to throw spanners in the works, and then they tell you they had a meeting in somebody's house or somewhere at Iguano. Very well, you can have a meeting wherever you like, but you're not having an all APC meeting.
Now
we think it is premature. It's infantile. It's childish. We're going to have a reconciliation meeting when the INEC tells us who the candidate is. We'll call everybody who wants to be in APC, remain in APC. Then they'll come for a reconciliation meeting. Then it will be proper to have that meeting.
One will be wondering.
As we speak to you now, it is difficult to even say who amongst our National Assembly members is going on to run. Will be on the ballot. Who? Because some of them conducted indirect primaries, and they're off. If they don't know it yet, they think that INEC is joking. INEC is not there to play with anybody. If you haven't complied with their democratic principles and tenets, then you're out.
So let's assume that the decision INEC takes doesn't favor you. Do you consider going to court?
To do what? How will INEC not favor us? But let's wait for them. What they do will determine what we do. There's no need to go to court, actually. They have to abide by their decision. But the party has decided, wrote a letter saying, go and do direct primaries. You did that direct primaries and you got results. Then somebody went to Abuja, maybe talked somebody into writing another letter committing to say, oh, we made this inadvertently. Fine. Go and tell that to the INEC. They should go to INEC and explain to them all the inadvertency and all that.
All right. Let me sincerely thank you, Chief Uzo Abel, the chairman, Uchoga Campaign Council Organization. Thank you so much for speaking with us on the platform.
Thank you. Any day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. Several issues rising from the issue of that particular meeting held on Saturday. So many people said, no, we are not interested. We approached the INEC and the rest of them. So who is now the authentic candidate of the All Progressives Congress here in Abia State? The question? That's the major question. Now call us. The numbers are 08081826949 or 08116052949. You can also send an SMS on 09065108289. Don't forget that this particular program is live on Facebook. Just go over to www.facebook.com/Flow949FM and you'll see what is happening right here in the studio. Hello? Good morning. Okay, we lost that call here. Okay, the numbers again are 08081826949 or 08116052949. You can also send your SMS on 09065108289. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, Charles from Mumbai here.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Let me start by commending the APC for, coming together, agreeing to, do the yearnings of many Adjans who want the change in at the state. It is very instructive that all the, people who have been warring in Niger State, former chairman in the other side, and then all of them came together. And then at Ntalapo, they did the needful. I know that Adjans are very happy for that. There is no how one person's, decision or interest can take precedence over the majority of them. It is something that people like, all the stalwarts from both sides came together. So then, if each other does not want to, what he should do is, he should do what Alex and other people, did.
Okay, thank you.
Then he shouldn't disturb the party. After he has been given opportunity once.
Thank you.
We know what he did with the opportunity given to him.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning. Good morning in the house.
Good morning. Vicky Moore, welcome.
And I'm very happy to see what is going on in other states. Getting more interested. Let us see. To be able to position party in other states, but you can see they are not ready because of the problems they have. So then come to PDP.
Wow. Vicky Moore, that place was actually noisy. Probably just change location and call us back. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Apc. I'm representing for my representative, the OG. You can see what is happening to APC. This faction is shouting that we are the authentic. The other faction is shouting we are authentic. And we've been telling each other, he should remember from where he started his political career, which is PDP. PDP can never betray him the way APC is betraying him. He has lost the ticket. He has also lost as a minister. Two things. It's very, very unfortunate. APC can, I wish you can invite Honorable and ask him how they prefer the man that they stayed in his house to decide that he himself will not become the senatorial candidate from Abia Central. Ask him why they left both the former commissioner in Abia State and the current House of Rep member. Instead of choosing out of the two, they now decided to go on a man that never even contested for that particular position.
Okay.
It's very, very unfortunate that they cannot do anything without showing their nature, which is mago in nature.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will work with you there for speaking with us. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Kineka.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
Ugochukwu Onyechinkemakla Memezo from the Cyber Christian Kingdom. Let me first of all comment what you have done this morning. That is what we call professional handling of a program where you hear from all sides. And I want to speak as a journalist this morning. If you look at what APC have done, from the three people you have spoken with, you discover that there's what we call a big lacuna. The man that spoke last raised an issue at Ntalapo. What really happened? If indeed APC want to reconcile all of them, I think what they should do is to bring Uchoga, because it was Uchoga that was in the same Ntalapo that suspended the KTMNK. Now, only will raise a very vital question, which of course is staring us at the face. How can a man, after standing for primaries, submitted his name and INEC everything to the headquarters, is something that is happening between Lawal and one other man, then you now shortchange him and now put another person's name. What it tells you is that our democracy is very far. And from what is happening to APC in Abia, today they have at Uyo Street one local headquarters, the one at Azikiwe. What we are saying is that they should put their house in order, because PDP remains very, very strong, and we are determined to show them that it is not all about running away from our party to another party. What I can tell Onigo and my brother Uchoga, let them come to PDP, strengthen PDP, and leave APC for Ikechi. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much for speaking with us. Hello, good morning. Okay, hello, good morning. The numbers to call are 08081826949 or 08116052949. Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't think we should continue with that call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Godfrey Chukwemeka. I'm calling from Igoto.
Welcome, go ahead.
The truth is that there is an adage that goes this way. If you want to lead, you will lead with examples. To tell you the truth, there is nothing good from APC. No matter the way you look at what the report was taken from the Ekiti state. That is to tell you in so many other states, that is what the way they want to put us. Although for now we are in disarray. Like we are about to be collapsed. They know this. I am praying God to just send us the Messiah.
Hello? Oh, I think we lost that call, but I think you've actually made your point. Let's go over to our Facebook page. This one is coming from Frederick Ebenezer Chima. He said, Dr. Uchoga is the authentic flag bearer of APC. Okay, thank you so much. Ezeka LVC, who as I said, good morning, the chief correspondent. Thank you so much. He said, honestly speaking, APC fallout, disunity and disagreement, most especially in Abia State, is really dragging them backward. You can't take over power from any incumbent government when your party is at serious loggerheads and in disunity. The earlier all the aggrieved members of the party put aside their individual differences, the better for them. God bless you. Thank you so much, Zeka Elvis. This one is coming from Princeton. He said the confusion in APC should continue because it will pave the way for the man of the people, which is okay. Professor Ibe, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Okifuku Okafa. I'm calling from Sukwata.
Okay.
Yes, what I want to contribute in this thing. Apc is trying to put confusion in APC. Please, they should know the reason why he's doing all these things. My own contribution, the authentic commoner will know as much as each a person of that. Let me take this confusion. That is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Ageleka, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
My name is Agota Chekemjed. I'm calling from Ikite, Ude Upeme, or Eloma not.
Okay.
Yes, like the chairman of the council, Adrian Joy said, he's able. Uchoga is authentic over winner. He has the ticket of other APC. He gets a many, there is a confusion.
No, hello. No, I need you to take back that particular statement. We don't allow it on this platform. Please, go ahead and take it back.
I take it back. But let me just tell you, the party said direct primaries, and direct was conducted. And he went alone to see the president of the back and do his thing. You heard what only said. You heard me. Somebody called it and said, there's some people like that. That man, when he says, we just think that they are all lying. The thing is just fallacy. After you not believe them, Uchoga is the man. After we rejoice. The Senate will rejoice. The workers will rejoice. All of us will rejoice. And Uchoga is the man. No Uchoga. No APC in Abia. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello? Okay, now to our SMS line. This one said, dear presenter, you can see there is still two factional party in the belly of APC in Abia State. Okay, thank you so much for that thought. Another one is saying, okay, well, you need to visit Victor on this. Okay, this one said, good morning, Flow FM. What is playing out in APC? It shows the party is now ready to take over from the PDP. They, APC, will continue like this till the election is over. They better sit up to see if they can win election in Abia State. Okay, Mad Kokoro from Lagos. Hello? 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 Okay, the numbers to call are 080-8182-6949 or 08116052949. You can also send your SMS at 09065108289. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Ngoja from Ikwan.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, what is happening in APC? We should want, you decided that happened in Abia. The APC and Abia are still having the same problem. But you don't let me like, this man has contested for a senatorial seat. And that person is coming to manipulate that same results. It's unfair. He would have gone for that seat before going for, he knew that he would not be able to make it in that Senate seat. Why did he go for a governorship?
Okay.
Even after what he's doing is very bad. I mean, some Americans should just concentrate. If true they want to get out there, so let them concentrate and work with Uchoga. Uchoga is who people want, and he's the thing that's going for them. Please, they should not want to do exactly this case in APC.
Okay.
APC is where everybody is looking on to, and they're looking on to Dr. Oga.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Now to the SMS line again. He said this one is coming from Emeka. Emeka said you called 3 persons to find out their stand, including Right Honorable Simon Ugoda contested and won other senatorial primaries of APC. Apart from Okezala that spoke for, the other two spoke against the so-called Ntalapo reconciliation meeting. In short, there is no peace in sight in APC. Thank you, Emeka, for your thoughts there. Oziza said Abians are thirsty, waiting for an organized party, as some old parties are worn out. Labour or Abga should warm up. Thank you so much, Oziza, for that thought. Well, that is where we will drop the curtain on the platform this morning. The show returns on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Sincere thanks to Wizzy. Wizzy's here. My booth interns, thank you so much. Chinedu and Stanko. the guys behind the camera. Thank you so much. And of course, my producer Samson Eze, thank you so much. And Kezala, the publicity secretary we spoke with before, thank you. Honorable Sam Onibu also spoke with us, thank you. Uzo Ebo, thank you. And to all of you who actually listen, God bless you. The show comes up on Wednesday at 10 a.m. My name is Ginika Olwaha. Good morning.